Guys and gals, I was going to post another video, but I think I'll do that later because I need to edit it better. I kind of didn't like edit better. I kind of didn't like the way it came out, so I'm going to redo that. Yeah. Um, but this video, I want to tell you something. It's an important message. I think it's important because uh, it's a lot of what we're seeing in the world now, and people that are fighting amongst each other left and right, and it's just kind of crazy. So I have a message to you people. Stick around.
And now we interrupt, disrupt, and crash this station.
The man fighting for peace, his legacy, truth in a sea of stupid.
Filtered for your sarcastic enjoyment, Ghost Getter.
Now I get recently, recently, actually I've been doing it longer than that. I get sarcastic and I act the way I do sometimes on my shows and in these YouTube videos and everything because I want people to see logic. And sometimes people can't see logic by being nice, so you have to really, force it by being bold and blunt. And of course, I've always been that way, but actually I've gotten stronger about it through the years as I got older. And then, sometimes they say when things happen to you, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's kind of one of those things. So, but recently, I'm a little frustrated. Of course, I made a video on that. So the way the world is, and the time is coming at hand. And if you can't see the way things are going now, it's gotten worse. Then there's something wrong with you. But that's another video, and I'll be posting here pretty soon, probably tomorrow. But I recently hear the complaints, and the complaints are coming from everything. You can't watch sports anymore because people are complaining about kneeling and stuff like that. You can't be politically involved without being attacked physically anymore. You can't say hi to the opposite sex without being called, accused of sexual harassment. You can't do anything anymore. And but people need to understand, we rely too much on others. We complain too much about everyone else. We expect too much from everyone else. But we don't believe in ourselves. We don't do things for our own. We don't try to be successful in our own right. Once somebody told me a long time ago, success is measured by you. Basically, depends on how you measure it when you call yourself successful. And I thought about that for a while, and I said, you know what? They're right. I've always believed in God, and I've always spoke to him in my own mind, by myself, sometimes out loud. I've seen results that were just completely unbelievable. Sometimes I got no results and I got no answers. Sometimes I begged for things to change and they didn't. But I did not blame God to fix them. Some people in this world do blame God because he doesn't fix things. Some people blame God because the way the world is. Some people blame God for whatever. And the problem with that is people can't take responsibility for their own actions. People cannot change their lifestyle themselves. They expect someone else to do it for them. This is the whole problem with this country and society we live in today. Everyone hates Trump because he does this or does that. Everyone is hated, which, I've been guilty of this. Obama, because he didn't do this and he do that. And of course, he cost me money. Clinton has cost me money. Of course, a lot of things have cost me money in the past. My own bad decisions has cost me money in the past. But one thing that really bothers me is the relying on everyone to change their life. So many people are protesting and attacking each other and I understand your passion and your anger. Here's what I believed in, or what I've done since living on the street, being homeless for a year and a half, 2 years. Here's something I've done. I did it myself. I didn't expect anyone to help me. I didn't expect anyone to make me successful in my own right. I didn't expect anyone to make me a home, do the job for me, make myself become successful. I did it myself. I didn't expect anyone else to do it. I did it on my own. Okay? Your problem is you rely too much on someone else to do it for you. Persistence is what I've always believed in, especially after I've been homeless. Dedication, determination is something I've always believed in. Of course, everyone in this world gets knocked down. There are people out there that are looked upon because of their weight. They're criticized because of their weight. They're criticized because of their color. They're criticized because of their religion. They're criticized because of what they believe in. Here's the deal. Everyone has a good side, and everyone has a bad side. Everyone has a fault, and everyone has made mistakes. But determination, persistence, and pushing yourself over your limit to the point where you say to yourself, I can't do it anymore. I got to give up. And then you say, I'm going to still try, even after you give up and you still try. That's what's important. No one in this world can do it for you but you. No one. Trump's not going to do it. Obama's not going to do it. No one in the government's going to do it. You have to do it yourself. But I tell you this, we live in a country now where you can. There are no excuses. You can't make excuses for doing the things you do. You can't make excuses because we are in a country where we can. You can live in North Korea where they can't do it. You can live in some other countries where you can't do it. They will stop you for saying the things you want to say. They will stop you from trying for the jobs or being successful. They will stop you from making a certain amount of money. They will stop you from doing anything you want to do. You want to go walk out at night? You can walk out at night. Some people may stop you and ask you because you're a certain color or you're a certain origin. They may stop you and ask you. But when you jump up and start cursing them out, guess what's going to happen? You're creating the problem. You make it your problem. You make it your fault when you do that. The world isn't going to change for you. The world isn't going to fix it for you. You have to do it. I am tired too. I am pushed beyond my limits sometimes. But you know what? I still do not give up. And I never will. I probably will, die being the way I am. I'm tired. I'm beyond my limits. But I still try and I still push myself because I don't expect people to fix it. I don't expect people to make my problems better or make me successful. You have to do it. It takes this inside your heart to do that. No one else can. Hey, I was in the grocery business for going on 26 years. I pushed myself beyond my limits. I wanted things to change. I wanted to be more successful. I wanted to make more money. I wanted certain things to happen, and that did not happen. I was angry at the system. I was always complaining. I was always, expecting things to be given to me and happen. And I got to the point where I said, you know what? The only person that's going to change it is you. The only person that's going to fix it is you. You are the reason why things ain't changing. If you're in this job and you don't seem to go any further than what you're going, then who's at fault for that? If things don't seem to change, the only person that is responsible for it is me. I am the only one that's responsible for it. And I got to the point where I said, you know what? I I can't complain because I don't change it myself. I can't complain because I'm not looking for another job. I can't complain because things are the way they are because I don't do anything. I just sit here and complain and don't fix it myself. I got to the point where I said, the only person that's going to change it is you, talking to myself. So that's what I did. I left. I am in a place now where the work is harder, but I do make more money. It's not always about money. There are things I don't like about the job I have now, but there's a sense of freedom. I don't have people hanging over my back all the time. The only person that can finish and do the job well is me. I am responsible. If I don't do my job, it's on me. If I don't do it fast enough, it's on me. Everything that happens is on me. I'm the one that has to watch my own back. I'm the one that has to. But if someone ever tells me, well, we're not going to give you a raise and we're not going to do it because of this and that and this and that, and I know it has nothing to do with me and I know it's wrong, then guess what? I go somewhere else. That's the way it is. If I sit and do nothing about it, it's my responsibility. It's like saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's the same scenario. Only you can change your life and only you can make it better. You can't blame God for everything that goes on in your life. Hey, the thing is about certain people, some people, is they trash talk him. They say he don't exist. They say he's not helping. They say all kinds of things about it. And then they wonder why he doesn't do anything for them. They wonder why things don't change. They wonder why things aren't fixed. It's sort of like if you're relying on a friend to help you and he doesn't help you, then you blame him for not helping you. But then you trash him and then you talk crap about him and then you say, well, I don't rely on them. I don't have faith in them to help, and I don't have faith in them to do anything for me. I don't believe in them. Guess what? If you don't believe in them, if you don't have faith in them, and you don't, and you're going to be the way you are, guess what? He's not going to help you. And the same thing goes with anybody out there. If you don't believe in it, it's not going to work. But you can't sit there and blame it on God for everything that ever happens to you. And blame God for the faults in your life and the bad choices you make. If something doesn't work the first time, the second time, and the third time, and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you don't expect it to happen the 10th time. It's not going to happen. So it needs to change. You need to change it. That's the only way. Or don't sit there and say, well, it's all God's fault. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. You can't blame everybody else. It's like you today blaming, a politician for your actions. It's ridiculous thinking. Here's how bad the world has gotten with such fear and loathing and the way people are now. When I deliver house to house, there are certain neighborhoods. One of them I call Rickety Richardson because that's one of the places I've been to. And the reason I say that is because, when I'm driving down the road to go from house to house or whatever, deliver however, some of the people will look at me in fear and take their kids in the house and freak out. And it seems like everybody's taking pictures of my van or, one woman come up and asked who I was, and I told her I was a delivery driver, and she takes a picture of my van. It's such paranoia. It's outrageous how badly the paranoia has gotten. And you know what? I said to myself, it's disgusting that people have to be this way, and it's sad that people have to be this way. On one hand, it's your fault for being so paranoid because you make it that way. But on the other hand, the world has gotten this way and pushed these people this far to where it's gotten this way. And that's pretty sad. If you feel like you're that paranoid, then you know what? Maybe you shouldn't even leave the house because it's on you. Some people have talked to me and had guts enough to do so. And some people, they recognize, hey, I got the uniform on. Hey, I got the phone in my hand or whatever. Guess what? You realize I'm a delivery person when I got packages in my hand and you don't have to chase your kids back in the house. That's common sense. But you know what? They're the ones that created the problem. There are people out there that create their own problem, and the whirlpool gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We can't stop it no more. I've always said, be determined, be persistent, never give up. And of course, it's going to be hard. If you expect everything to be easy, then you're a moron. You're an idiot. If you think that everything is going to be handed to you, the jobs are really easy, the pay is really easy. Hey, I don't have to move up because I expect people to give it to me. Well, you're going to be waiting for a long time because no matter how violent you get, no matter how much you argue, no matter how much you complain, you're not going to get anything. As a matter of fact, you'll probably get less. But you have to show them how good you are in here and up here. That's what you have to do. And the only way to do that, like I said, determination and persistence. I never give up. And there are those people out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. I never give up. I don't quit. And I probably never will. You know, there are times when I say, that's it. I'm not doing it again. But guess what? I get up the next day and I do it all over again, like always. Well, I appreciate you letting me rant, and I hope you've listened. If you want to hear more, I'll tell you. But it's just one of those things that was just driving me crazy today, and I had to say it because I see people complaining about this. Facebook is full of complaining people. Facebook is full of politics now. Facebook is full of banning this and banning that and arguing over here, arguing over there. Yeah, and, you know, I never liked Alex Jones either. He could be the cause of the killing of freedom of speech. But you know what? Alex Jones created the problem. Not everybody else. You know, you gave the government an excuse. You gave whoever it was an excuse to ban him. But guess what? Whose fault was it that created the problem? Whose fault was it that got banned? Guess what? It was Alex Jones. He has been doing this for a number of years. I did shows about it. You can find them on my YouTube. And the same thing goes for anyone else out there. You've created your own problem. And if you're too ignorant to see the truth, if you're too ignorant to see where these stories are coming from, these false stories, and this crap that lies people have been dealing with, if you're going to believe the lie without researching it, then guess who's the ignorant one? If you're going to believe what another person tells you, instead of asking them, you're just going to believe it. Then who is the ignorant one? I had this person that's been accusing me of many things over the years, and of course they've done more damage to me than I can possibly do to them, physically and property-wise and so on and so forth. And, you know, they had someone come to me who claims they were the FBI. I don't even know if they were. I don't even care. But my problem was this person did not ask me. They did not investigate me. They just accused me and said they were going to put me on the list if I do anything. Well, guess what? You did not ask. You did not investigate. So guess who's creating the problem? The problem is you. The problem is the person that has this grip on you. Don't see it that it's totally turning your job around. It's making you do things that you normally wouldn't do. Then guess who the problem is? Guess what's going on? Guess what's being created? And by whom? Very interesting how some people have a hold on you, and some people can actually manipulate your mind and make you do things you normally don't do or wouldn't have done. You have to investigate. You have to look for the story yourself. You have to be determined enough to find answers on your own, or be determined enough to do your research, and be determined enough to do it yourself. Get the job done yourself. That way you can wake up one day and say, you know what? I did it. No one else. I did it. And you can have the satisfaction of saying to yourself, I worked for it and I did it. Even if it's a small success. I don't get paid for my radio shows or my radio station, but I feel like I successfully did it on my own, and I did it, and no one else can say they done it but me. Thanks for listening. Until next time, when you get on here, check the ads on the bottom, check the links, and be sure and join my page and listen to the station, join the station as well. It's on 24/7. Till next time, see you guys.